So when you spend as much time as I do playing Luigi's Mansion, you start to notice things. As a speedrunner of the game, I tend to put in at least a few hours every day, practicing, testing, and attempting to beat my best time. But sometimes you get a little sidetracked. It happens to the best of us. Well, that distraction for me lately has been theorizing, and boy do I have a theory for you. Hello Internet, welcome to Lame Theory, the only show on the internet pretending to be Matpat but with a stupid idiot speedrunner as the host. So the other day, Matpat decided to step into my territory and talk about my game, Luigi's Mansion. He made a really cool episode showing the value of the mansion that Luigi gets, and I would really recommend that you go check that out if you haven't. But now it's my turn. Instead of going over why Luigi really should be duplicating all those pearls, seriously, $4 million each, that's crazy, dude. But let's tell a story of jealousy over something other than gold. Because I think that I can prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Lydia is guilty of more than just loving her hair a bit too much. I think she's also guilty of loving Biff Atlas, too. Now, proving a love affair between ghosts might seem like a strange place to go with this episode, but I have some pretty compelling reasons to believe that Lydia's been doing some freaky stuff under those covers. Or I guess, 4 feet above her covers. Lydia is self-obsessed. She's depicted as a complainer, talking about the draft at her window. She spends her time prettying herself up at the mirror. The game makes it very clear that each ghost becomes a sort of caricature of themselves in their former life. So it's safe to assume that the meaning here is that she's a bit of a narcissist. Neville, her husband, spends his time in the study, a room over. He isolates himself. He even remarks upon inspection about how he cannot be seen. He reads, he yawns, he laughs menacingly, making little kids wet themselves because, God, that is not a first mini-boss sound effect. Regardless, my point is, he's a recluse. So it would make sense that Lydia might be dissatisfied in such a relationship. Maybe she wants someone a little more social, someone a bit like herself, maybe someone who focuses on appearances and is more extroverted, maybe someone a little bit like Biff Atlas. Now obviously this is all hypothetical, we need to talk evidence, and believe it or not there is quite a bit. Fun fact, there are 2 busts in Van Gogh's room. Just 2, of all the portrait ghosts he could have, he has busts of Lydia and Biff. An interesting decision. Van Gogh, who the game says created all of the ghosts, has busts of these 2 just laying around as if they're personal favorites. Furthermore, things get really interesting when you stop and read the books in Neville's room. They're designed to help the player learn more about how the game works and hint at solutions to the twins' hide-and-seek game. However, take a look at some of the details in these books. Lydia's childcare diary states that the twins are too shy, implying that they take after their father, Neville. She expresses how trying this is, showing furthermore that she dislikes timidity. But then look at the way that Neville describes the baby Chauncey in his, might I add, hilariously named, Big Baby Care Diary. He says that Chauncey scares people in a way that the twins never did, and that the twins are easily scared. The latter part is just providing a hint towards the solution to the twins puzzle. But think about the traits there for a moment. Chauncey is different. He's not like the twins. He's big, he's scary, he's violent. Reminds you of a certain someone, doesn't it? If you're still not sold, don't worry, I've got more. Looking at Biff's biography, it says, "This kind bodybuilder loves muscles and lilies." Why lilies? They symbolize purity. Seems like an odd detail, right? Well, someone else also mentions flowers. It's Lydia. Upon inspection, she says, "Now I spend all of the time in front of the mirror. It seems to scare people, though, so everything is coming up roses." That's not all, though. I could overlook the simple mention of 2 flowers. However, I find the use of the phrase coming up roses odd, so I looked it up. It comes from a 1959 Broadway musical, Gypsy, a Musical Fable. And according to Sammy Cahn, who wrote the lyrics, the song is about a female character who can't decide between 2 men. Now that surely cannot have been an accident. Finally, I have a strange addition to the story. This part is a little bit strange, so just brace yourself or whatever. It's constantly referenced throughout the game that Chauncey was born a ghost, to which many a time the discussion has occurred in my Twitch chat. Is he aborted, or are the ghosts in Luigi's mansion actually a species? Are the ghosts legitimately capable of reproducing? Maybe. I think it might be left up to interpretation that Lydia and Biff had some ghostly sex after becoming undead, and that's how Chauncey came about. It's worth noting that Chauncey's room is entirely outfitted for a female baby, which does bring into question whether or not he was aborted because his parents, specifically Lydia, wanted a girl instead of a boy. Either way, it's definitely believable that Lydia and Biff's child would be such a strong, violent kid with disdain for adults given the circumstances. Let me know what you think, but for now, that's just a theory. A lame theory. Thanks for watching. And if you like the show, make sure to subscribe to Game Theory. And me, but mostly Game Theory. I'm a big fan of their stuff, which is a large motivator for why I made this video. I really want to give thanks for what they do. Maybe while making a little bit of fun. And if you like Luigi's Mansion, be sure to check out my Twitch channel. I do speedruns of it, along with some other cool stuff. I'll see you there.